Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dangerous Relationship, and this should be the last episode. We are now down to Kei Toyonaga's date scenario, Only You. So you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. On a much-awaited day off, I was at home reading a fashion magazine for work and pleasure at the same time. Ah, the phone! When my phone started ringing, I snatched it up.
Hey, Dirili, Kei's manager here.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Well, it's about the new movie Kei's starring in.
A movie? Wow, that's amazing!
Yeah, we're announcing the cast in a press conference, and I'd like you to do his outfit.
Sure, I think I can handle that. After the phone call, I realized this was a big step for Kei. It meant more and more people were recognizing his talent. Just as he was progressing as an actor, I had to do my part to get better as well. The day of the press conference. Kei, good luck! If any of the reporters ask a tough question, don't get mad at them, please.
Why are you so worked up about this anyway?
If you weren't living in a cave, you'd know the director won tons of awards. This is a huge chance for you. Don't ruin the press conference with your big mouth.
Big mouth? What big mouth? I always just speak the truth. Besides, they're the ones who picked me for the role. I'm doing them a favor.
No, don't start acting like that. You gotta work hard and build up your fan base. It'll be good for you. Maybe you'll even get better at acting. You never know.
I'm sick of talking about this.
Kei grabbed me and stole a kiss from my lips. Hey! I nudged him with my arm, but he wouldn't let go. His lips closed harder around mine, sucking the air out of my lungs. I said, stop! You're going to get your outfit all wrinkly.
Yeah, right. I know that's not what you're thinking right now.
He dotted my face with kiss after kiss. When he was done, he quickly backed away.
I'll be back after the press conference. Think about all the fun we'll have after it's over.
Alright, I'll just sit here and do that. Giving me a final wink, Kei strolled out of the dressing room. The first day of shooting had quickly come upon us.
You know what? I think I should just give up on photography. No, do that line over. Ugh.
Kei looked sick and tired of having to do so many retakes.
I hate to have to say this to someone I picked for the cast personally, but you need to take this more seriously. I know you can do better than this. Just because you got a lot of screen time doesn't mean you don't have to try.
My heart pounded nervously as the director criticized Kei's acting. I was worried about Kei. Hopefully he wouldn't snap and start yelling like he had for the drama. Fortunately, he made it through without storming off the set.
I understand.
Kei nodded and quietly walked back to his spot to film the retake.
You know what? I don't think you're cut out for photography. Wait a minute. What is it this time? You've got cloud cover now. The last scene was sunny, so there'll be too big of contrast between shots. Guess we're going to have to take a break until the sun comes out.
When the director gave the word, everyone disbanded for a short recess. You're doing good out there, Kei. Here, have some tea. It's time to be his muse, Dirili.
Thanks.
He took a sip and set the cup down. You're really into this movie, aren't you?
What are you trying to say? Did you think I would throw a fit and walk away after a few retakes or something?
No, I would never think that.
Well, I kind of wanted to throw the script a few times, but I kind of like the story. It's grown on me. And it's not like the director said it's complete crap.
From what I saw, Kei was really trying his best for this movie.
What's so funny? Why are you smirking?
I'm just happy to see you working so diligently.
Weirdo.
I don't think it was weird at all. This movie was another stepping stone to take Kei's career to the next level. Shooting a holiday today. And we had a day off from filming. Kei was reading the script at my place and started screaming wildly.
Ugh, I can't take it anymore. The more I read, the less sense it makes.
The script launched out of his hands and skid across the floor. While the filming was more or less progressing, Kei was still making mistakes and having to do plenty of unnecessary retakes. If anything, now that they were deep into the story, the director was even stricter. Is the role that hard?
Yeah, that's why the director had to pick someone as good as me. Some of the parts are easy, but a lot of the parts are still hard for me to relate to.
Kei wasn't the type of actor who lived a role. He related it to his own experiences. Doing that, it was sometimes difficult to act when he had nothing to relate to. You play a photographer, right?
Yeah, when he's going bankrupt.
What's the rest of the story?
He's a photographer trying to make ends meet, but having a rough time with it. Then he meets the heroine. He's inspired by taking photographs of her and starts to love photography again. But it turns out she has a life-threatening illness. Before she ever gets to see his picture, she passes away.
So it's a sad story.
Sad, but interesting too. You see, I never lost anyone close to me, so I don't know how to act the part.
What if you just imagined it? Pretend if someone important to you like me passed away. Kei turned toward me and pinched my cheeks.
That's not funny. Don't ever say things like that. I don't want to imagine you dying, even if it's pretend.
But it's for work! Hearing that filled my heart with joy. He was strangely stubborn when it came to me, and that made me very happy.
You're blushing like crazy again. I bet I know what you're thinking.
I am not! So you're playing a photographer, right? Why not get a camera to see if you can feel a bit closer to the role?
A camera, huh? You know, that might actually be a good idea.
Right? Should I ask my friend if you could borrow hers?
No need. I've already got my own.
You do?
Yup. I used to take photos all the time. Well, before I started acting, that is. Now I just don't have time to do it.
I never knew that about you.
Let me go get it. I'll be right back.
Kei left the room in a hurry. About 10 minutes later, he came back hauling a beefy camera. That's one big camera.
I was pretty into photography.
He held it up to his eye and looked through the viewfinder. Kei was having so much fun playing with it that his eyes sparkled like a child's. Just watching him enjoy himself put a smile on my face.
You're making funny faces again.
It's called a smile, Kei. You just look like you're having so much fun.
I am, though. This used to be my hobby.
Kei swung the lens toward me and I hid my face. Snap. The camera whined as the shutter closed and a bright flash filled the room. What did you used to take pictures of, people?
No, cars and bikes mostly. Buildings too. Whatever I was interested in at the time. I never got really obsessed over one subject in particular.
Oh. I was kinda glad to find out he hadn't taken pictures of girls. Kei fiddled with the camera, attaching different lenses and zooming in on things. He went around taking photos of various objects in the room. So, how is it? Feel like a photographer now?
No.
I guess it wasn't going to be that easy. He tinkered with the camera some more while shaking his head.
I like taking pictures, sure. But it's not like there's something I'm dying to take pictures of.
Me! I'll have to strip and then take pictures. Getting into his role was going to be harder than I thought. Well, after all, the role is he's supposed to find inspiration taking pictures of the girl he loves. Kei looked up and tilted his head at me curiously.
Can I take some pictures of you?
Of me?
Yeah. I think if I start taking pictures of you, I might understand the character better.
But I'm not even a model. I don't know. Even if you get photos of me, they aren't even going to look good.
Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter if you're a model or not. What's important is that I get inspired taking pictures of you.
But... Kei wrapped his arm around my neck and nudged at my side. He then whispered into my ear with a deep, enticing voice.
I'll take the best pictures you've ever seen. It'll blow your mind.
Kei persisted, brimming with confidence. At that point, I couldn't refuse. Fine. I'm only doing it to help you with work.
Thanks. I knew I could count on you.
He rubbed my shoulder and kissed me on the neck. Enough playing with your subject. You go take your pictures. Kei took a few steps back and brought the camera up to his face again.
First, why don't you move over by the window?
Like this? I placed my hands on the windowsill and looked outside. Snap. The camera's white flash zapped through the reflection in the window.
Yeah, like that. Look over here this time.
Is this good? Snap. Kei pressed the button, filling the room with the click of the shutter.
Good, good. Keep that same face. One more.
Snap. He moved all around me, talking me into poses like a professional photographer. I was getting more into it with every flash that burst in my eyes. Soon enough, I waited with anticipation for him to tell me the next pose. As a stylist, I led a distant life from a model behind the camera, but today I got to feel what it was like and was enjoying it to the fullest. It was so much fun, I was tempted to let it become a habit. After a few dozen shots, Kei said something that I wasn't expecting to hear.
All right, you can get undressed now.
Confused, I glanced at him curiously. What? Did I hear that right? You want me to get naked?
Yeah, didn't I tell you? The photographer I'm playing takes nude pictures of the heroine.
I didn't know. You never told me that.
Sorry, I guess I never mentioned it. But what's it matter anyway? We're dating. Seeing you naked is perfectly normal.
Are you kidding me? Seeing me is one thing, but taking pictures is a whole nother story. Yeah, you never knew who might get a hold of those. I spun around and turned my back to Kei. He came over and held me, clinging onto my back.
It's okay. It's not like I'm going to show the pictures to anyone. It'll just be me seeing them. That's not so bad, is it?
But even then, I'm not a model. Getting in front of a camera naked feels so wrong. Kei pinched my chin between his fingers and turned it toward his face. His face quickly dove in, stealing a kiss from my lips. After getting a taste of me, he whispered soothing words into my ear.
You'll be fine. You're my girlfriend, remember? There's nothing to feel embarrassed about. You are the prettiest thing in the world.
When he stared me in the eyes, I knew I wouldn't have the heart to refuse. He had already won me over from the very start. If it means so much to you, fine. One final kiss on the cheek and it was settled.
Thank you.
Kei set his camera down and began unbuttoning my blouse. One by one, the buttons came off and my clothes hung loose. He had undressed me countless times before, but this marked the first time I would be photographed naked. That fact alone made me more nervous than ever before. Kei pulled off my shirt and swept his hands down to my skirt. It was quickly unfastened and flopped to the ground at my shoes.
Seeing this makes me want to jump right on you, but I need pictures first.
He kissed my neck and backed away holding the camera. Now I was only wearing my underwear. I'm surprised he let her wear that. All I could see was the camera hovering in front of his face. It felt so impersonal and awkward that I stared at the ground.
Hey, look up here.
I slowly turned my gaze back to the camera. Snap. The quiet flicker of the shutter filled the room.
This time, turn your back to me.
Snap.
Turn so just your face is looking this way.
The mechanical sound of the shutter followed each of his commands. His gentle voice guided me, building up the excitement as I took each pose. Snap. Kei was speaking to me from across the room, yet I felt his invisible fingers holding my body, helping me pose. Snap.
You are so damn sexy right now.
Snap.
I've never seen anyone this sexy, not even models.
I knew he was just saying that to make me feel good about myself.
Show me more of that sexy face. Show me what you got.
His voice became rough and wild. He really was making me feel like the sexiest woman alive. My body was burning up. Snap. The flash of the camera burst into my eyes, flooding my face with white light.
Alright, take off your underwear now too.
What? On my own? Oh, what do you mean on your own? You want him to help? Before he had stripped the clothes off me, this time he wanted me to do it myself.
What's wrong? Hurry it up. I want to get some good pictures of that incredible body. Go on, take it off. Everything.
Kei stood before me, waiting with anticipation. But when he did it, it wasn't so bad. Taking them off on my own was too embarrassing. I would have thought it would be the other way around. It didn't help that the room was bright, and he was still wearing clothes.
Get naked. Your body is mine, remember? Hurry up and show it off to me.
His voice grew more tired and impatient. Closing my eyes, unbuckled my bra and slipped off my panties. Snap. Ugh! The flicker of the flash slammed my eyes. He had taken a picture of me naked. I wasn't wearing any clothes at all, but my exposed nude body was saved on the camera. Snap. The flicker of the light continued, blinding my eyes and numbing my mind. My body heated up, sweltering with new intensity now that I was fully naked. I should have felt embarrassed, but I was so excited I didn't even care.
You are so beautiful, Dirili.
He snapped the shutter with glee, working me up with his words.
This time, kneel on the floor and face this way.
Like this? Snap.
That's right. You're so sexy. You're the best. Now, lie on your back and look at me.
Okay. I spilled onto my back like he asked. Snap. The camera flash illuminated my skin. This was the only time I had ever been photographed in the buff. But despite how strange it was to do this, I couldn't stop my body from heating up.
You're so sexy right now. Are you sure you've never done this before?
What? No! Kei brought his hand closer, reaching for my bare skin.
Are you sure? You're so good at it.
His fingers brushed across my stomach, tickling my skin.
Look at what happened down here.
This whole time, Kei had been staring at me in my underwear or in the nude. It was inevitable that my body would react to it.
You're the finest model I could have asked for. It's like the more pictures I get of you, the sexier you become.
That's not even possible. I squirmed and tried to hide my body.
But it is. Don't you know how sexy you look right now?
He snickered as he stepped up close, towering in front of me. Snap. The shutter snapped away as I squirmed beneath his camera. Ugh! I struggled to hide my eyes from the blinding light. As it flooded my vision, my thoughts melted into nothingness. Kei pressed closer, staring at me intently through the lens. He said nothing, instead assaulting me with a flurry of shots. Kei! Finally unable to take it anymore, I peered into the camera with glazed eyes. Beneath the camera, I saw his lips twist with a naughty smile.
What? What do you want? Say it.
Even after making me do all this, he still wanted to tease me more. I felt utterly embarrassed. Even so, my emotions overwhelmed any last shred of dignity. Please, don't tease me anymore. I want you. I pleaded with Kei.
Good girl. I'll give you everything you wish.
He moved closer, slipping into my reach. Our lips finally met, gluing together. But then, snap. The flash and the click from the camera interrupted our kiss. No, you can't take pictures of this.
It's fine.
No, it's not. Please don't. I tried to push the camera away with my free hand, but my efforts were in vain, and Kei made love to me, snapping pictures all the while.
Thanks to you, I got to take a bunch of great pictures.
Kei teased me with a smile, holding the camera in one hand. You never said anything about getting naked when we started. You tricked me.
Don't give me that. Besides, you liked it. I know you did.
I did not. We both knew it was a lie. I had to look away as I said it.
Oh, so you were doing all that against your own will?
Kei played with the camera and turned it toward me. On the screen was one of the pictures he had taken.
Just look at that face. Tell me you weren't having a good time.
I couldn't believe how happy I looked in the picture. Delete that! Delete them all!
What? Why? I got so many good ones.
They are not! Didn't I tell you from the beginning? I only did this to help you with work. I'm not even a model or actress or anything, and yet I did it all for you. Kei smiled at me.
I know. Thanks for putting up with me and doing what I ask. Really, it means a lot to me.
He dropped his hand heavily on my head and ruffled my hair. Kei really knew how to put my hard feelings to an end. Well, as long as you're happy. So did you feel any closer to the role you're playing?
Yeah, thanks to you.
Kei smiled, brimming with confidence. It was a face of his that I never failed to love. Good. I'll always be there to help you when you need me.
Thanks.
He kissed me tenderly on the lips. When I was with Kei, I felt his kisses, his love, and his growth as an actor. That alone made me feel so much satisfaction and joy that I never wished for anything more. And that's it for both Kei and the whole game, Dangerous Relationship. Well, Kei turned out better than I thought he would. It's just so many people were against him because so many people don't like the sadistic type, but I'm totally fine with them. I can't think of anything else to say about him right now because it's late at night and I'm really tired and I can't think too well. I guess I'll say he ranks third for me because I liked Taiga best and I liked Subaru second, and I guess Kei would be third, and Ryohei and Akira kind of tie for last for me because they had basically simple stories that just weren't that interesting to me. Just simple happy stories with no twist or anything. But the one thing that's so weird to me about this game is that the CGs are not as high quality as the Avatar dolls in the game. Why is that? You gotta have better CGs than avatars. And a lot of the CGs, they look like little kids. Well, to me, Taiga was the big saving grace in this game. And like I said, I like Subaru a lot too. But Taiga totally made this whole game worth it for me because I really liked his character a lot. And I really would love to see a picture of him with the sheets over his head, like he was hiding in the blankets. I want to see that. It sounded so cute. It's just so adorable when he acts all childish. Alright, well, unless they update this game later on with extra scenarios, sub-stories for the other characters maybe, that will be it for Dangerous Relationship. Now I'll actually start diving full-time into Hakuoki. Well, anyway, hope to see you further back to that series or any of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.